Normally, I live in this, my beloved Mercedes Vario, which I converted into what can only be described as a travelling cottage. At 7 metres long, she has a fixed double bed, a sofa, a kitchen, a shower and a toilet. But tonight, I'm abandoning all of that for something half the size. Meet Jess. Jess owns a van so petite it can slide into an ordinary parking space without breaking a sweat. When I first started van life, everyone said, don't go too big, sausage, you'll regret it. But tonight, I'm going to discover if I really need all that space. Or if I should have gone tiny like Jess. First things first, let's have a proper nosy inside Jess's van. Jess's van might be tiny, but it's mighty.
Oh, it's just beautiful.
With 86 litres of water, 300 watts of solar, a little air fryer oven, a compost loo, an electric hob, and even an indoor and outdoor cold showers.
Oh my goodness, wow. This is so beautiful.
She can last off-grid for about a week. It may be tiny living, but nothing is missing.
The little bathroom. Ah, so cute.
Now let's see how Jess is getting on.
Wow, it's so pretty. It's so spacious, my goodness. I can really tell that this bus is a couple of meters longer than my van.
Compared to Jess's specs, mine's really not so different. I carry about 120 litres of water, so I can stretch a little longer off-grid. I've also got a bit more space on the roof for some more solar, 800 watts, and 2 big gas bottles to keep my oven and hob going. But otherwise, we're on the same page. A compost loo, indoor and outdoor showers, all the essentials.
There's honestly not many vans where I feel like I could easily live here, but this bus is definitely one of those builds. Wow. Oh, I'm gonna be so comfy here.
I think she likes it. Okay, Jess, before we do this, I've got some ground rules.
Ground rules?
Yeah.
House rules?
House rules. Yeah, house rules. I think if we want to go number 2.
Oh.
Maybe let's just do it in our own vans.
Why?
Just for handling later. You find the handle.
I don't think they will smell very different, to be honest. I don't mind if you want the authentic experience. You're welcome.
Okay, well,
you're more than welcome to poop in my
she's
toilet.
that kind of girl. And after Jess confirmed I was welcome to make full use of the amenities, we swapped keys.
That's a lot of keys.
Yeah, it is a lot of things, sorry.
All right, enjoy.
Naturally, we had to take each other's vans out for a spin.
It's not as difficult as I thought.
It's an easy drive, it's just the size of it.
Yeah.
If you wear a
Yeah,
car.
it's so long. We have to push the accelerator. You can really feel how much weight is being pulled.
As expected, Jess's van was an absolute dream to drive. It was essentially like driving a car. Apart from I did have this beepy thing beeping at me the whole
I
time.
think the beep's saying that there's a door open. I think that's what the beep's saying.
Look at this. I know I have the bed at the back, but for some reason, because it's smaller, it feels more accessible or something. I don't know. This is a good spot, hey? Jess and I share a van life rule. The back doors must open onto something worth staring at. The hills, the sea, the mountains. Her van has a neat little party trick though. In sitting room mode, you can perch on the sofa with dinner while the mountains behave like wallpaper essentially. And at night, she flips this whole room into a bed and gets to wake up with the same backdrop right there. My bus, on the other hand, well, the back is always a bedroom. Yes, of course, you can take your plate of pasta in there and call it a dining room from time to time, but it never really stops feeling like a bedroom. So because Jess has to make up her bed each night, she gets to have that gorgeous view as a backdrop to 2 spaces of her van. Big or small, those back doors are the true luxury of van life, I think.
That's a bit high.
Yeah. I'm so used to being able to just sneak out. I completely misjudged.
Film that.
I completely misjudged how high it was.
So the plan is I'm going to do dinner and Jess is going to handle the pudding. So normally I cook on a 2-hob gas stove with a little oven and it's all tucked neatly inside my bus. Jess's setup though is
a bit different.
She did actually run through this all with me, like how to do it, but whether or not I remember it is a different story. My memory isn't great. I feel like it's on... No, that's... Her shoes are in there. Okay, that's not it.
Jess does have a single electric hob inside that runs off her solar.
So this is my hob. Kitchen is all electric, so you have to be a bit mindful of electricity. I've got 2 kilowatts. And we're at like 50%, so it's enough to make drinks, but I would recommend using the gas cooker for cooking.
But with the lovely British weather, there hasn't been enough sun today, basically. So she keeps a trusty camping stove as backup, which is what I'm rummaging for right now.
Is it something to do with this? Well, there's the little gas can, so I need that. This? Oh yeah, look! There's something in here. Yay! Cute, right? She never used one of these before, so I'm assuming that goes in there. Like that. It doesn't look like it goes on. Do I have to twist it? Why? Okay, I think so. Jess!
While we wait for Jess to come and rescue me with the stove sitch, let's discuss what's on the menu for dinner.
I'm making pasta, so I need to boil water, but I also need to make the sauce at the same time. And she's only got one hob. Where are her pans as well? I don't know.
Going back into Jess's van to fetch the pans, I'm struck again by how beautiful she has made this place. Every inch feels welcoming, and I feel like I'm the same, like I'm genuinely happier when I'm wrapped in a space that feels warm and inviting. Atmosphere matters, and if it matters to you too, then let me share something really unique. This is candlelight concerts. I've been to a few now, and each time I'm completely enchanted. Hundreds of flickering candles, a hidden venue, and a string quartet playing everything from film scores to jazz and classical favourites. It's utterly spellbinding. Candlelight hosts these concerts all year round, in cities everywhere. I went to a stunning location in London actually, and I've been 3 times already because once simply wasn't enough. So if you fancy a night that feels genuinely special, then click the link in my description or in the pinned comment and use my code for 10% off in the next 2 weeks. Honestly, whether it's a hall glowing with candles or a van full of fairy lights, that sense of cozy, intimate atmosphere is proper self-care and is the real luxury.
This is what I need, and now we have to go get water. So basically her plumbing is a bit faulty at the moment, so the tap doesn't work. Normally she has a tap and that works fine. So she's got a second system in place, which I agree, I think it's always good to have 2 systems when you live in a van, just in case one goes wrong. So we're doing the second system, which isn't quite as easy. We'll give it a go.
Time to show off my cooking skills, or lack of.
Jess!
Ah yeah, forgot I didn't get the camping stove working. Cool.
Yeah, it's not in properly. So what you want to make sure, you see that groove here, it needs to be aligned with the top bit there. Here.
Okay, yeah.
And then you press it, and it's like a magnet. It took me a while to figure it out.
Thank you.
With the camping stove finally persuaded to behave and dinner is now underway, let's see how Jess is faring in my bus with the all-important pudding.
The other day I made a crumble with another batch of these and some berries and apples to kind of balance out the tartness, and it was really nice. So I think I'm going to make the same crumble for Josie. Make the most of the fact that she's got an actual oven and it also runs on gas. So yeah, a slush.
Doesn't Jess look like a princess in my van? Makes me feel as though I should be swanning around in gowns in there instead of my pyjamas. Speaking of which, I've changed straight into my pyjamas. I can't help it, I just like being comfy, okay?
Do you know what's nice about this is that I'm outside. I feel like in my van, because everything is so compact in there and you kind of don't need to go outside, whereas this actually forces you to get out in nature, and I think I feel better for it, even though obviously it's hit and miss with the weather in England. Maybe in England it isn't ideal, and Jess does do a lot of travelling in Europe, but I'm enjoying standing out here with the sun going down, cooking dinner. That's quite a nice activity to do, isn't it? As long as it's good weather.
And when you're parked somewhere like this, cooking outside is a delight. We're actually at a Wild with Consent spot here in Kent, and it's seriously stunning.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
Oh, this is so lush.
Want a pillow?
Oh, yes, please.
Dinner is served.
That is lovely.
I'm really pleased me and Jess decided to have dinner and pudding together, because otherwise we wouldn't have actually hung out. And I got to find out all the goss. So she started van life with her partner Rissy. Unfortunately, Jess was dealing with chronic illness at the time, so moving into a van gave them the opportunity for her to focus on her recovery and work less, essentially. And then she just loved van life, so continued. Work-wise, Jess is now a full-time YouTuber. She has her own channel called Roots in the Wild, and it is very relaxing and beautiful over there. Together, her and Rissy have built 2 stunning Hobbit-worthy vans. Mixed in with Jess's storytelling, it is truly magical. Her and Rissy are married, but he's at uni at the moment, so Jess wanted to continue van life on her own, and she's only literally just passed her driving test. And the reason why she picked her van in particular was because this was the biggest size she felt comfortable driving as a new driver, and she didn't want to go any smaller because then she thought she really would be uncomfortable doing it full time. Ironically, I think I picked my van for the exact same reasons. It's just that my van is a lot bigger than hers.
A spoon too, because I'm feeling generous today.
You gonna make me eat it with my hands? Is that what you were gonna do?
Yeah.
That's not what I meant. Oh yeah, you've done a good job.
Thank you.
With dinner demolished and pudding polished off, it's bedtime. Now for the small matter of engineering Jess's van into a bedroom. Let's see how I get on.
Come on, let's get ready for bed. So she hasn't told me how to do this, so I'm going to try and figure it out. So first things first is looks like it just where does it onto? Here's our bedding.
Turning Jess's sofa into a bed is a full choreography.
Oh, you have to make a full bed.
Bits unfold, cushion migrates, foam becomes a mattress, and the sheet has to go on. Cut to Jess in my van, where the bedroom routine is basically open the shutters and fall in. Operation bed mode complete. Do you know what? That actually didn't take me nearly as long as I thought. Less than a couple of minutes, in fact. Honestly, I have to admit I did expect it to be a little bit of a faff, but it was effortless. And I have to say, for such a tiny space, Jess has done an absolutely brilliant job. She's managed to fit a sofa in here that turns into a proper bed without losing any comfort or style. It's cozy, it's clever, it's just lovely, actually. Jess's van has transformed into a little nighttime heaven. I've done my teeth, I've lit the candles, the fairy lights are in full sparkle. Now it's just me, a very inviting bed, and I think I'm going to sleep well.
Considering my feet were hanging off the edge because she's a lot shorter than me, so she's made her bed a lot shorter. I actually had a really good sleep in Jess's van.
Turns out our vans have a mutual quirk. You can't see a single glorious view in the morning until you've wrestled the blinds into submission. Nothing like an arm workout before breakfast.
Today it is raining and it's also so much colder than yesterday. Got my fluffy socks on. Jess's source of heating is the log burner, which is the same as mine. The only difference is that she has to put the chimney up on the roof. Apparently she has a ladder and the chimney's in the back. I just don't particularly fancy going out in the rain, but Jess has to do it all the time, so if I want some heat in here, I guess that's what I'm going to be doing. I also want to make tea. I think I need to make this actually before I make tea first, because I think everything's in there, isn't it? Yeah. It is. Okay, let's get this chimney on. Have a fire.
got a little bit soggy putting on Jess's chimney. Classic me, leaving everything to the last minute. She'd have had it on the second she'd arrived, I reckon. Van life has its quirks, and each van has its own little one. For my van, well, I have to climb up on the roof to set up the internet every time I arrive somewhere new. It is a pain in the arse, I'm not gonna lie, but the trick is to do things early, as soon as you get somewhere, and save yourself a soaking later. Lesson learned. But anyway, it was totally worth it because look at this gorgeous fire. Jess including a log burner in her design is just the perfect way to feel warm and cozy. Okay, so now my morning tea is made, let's head over to my van to see how Jess got on.
Morning.
Good morning.
How was your stay?
It was very cozy.
Very cozy.
Yeah. I really like not having to make the bed in the morning. It's really nice having a fixed bed. I think I would love to live in a bus like this.
Yeah.
If I were on some land, stationary somewhere.
Right, yeah.
But I would be scared to drive it. Beautiful.
Thanks, Jess. I'm glad you like your stay.
If this tiny home swap has taught me anything, it's that van life is a constant game of trade-offs. You can build for travel, easy parking, low fuel, slip into any car park. Or you can build for living, a bed that's always made, a kitchen that's always ready. It's about which set of chores you'd rather do. I built a home first and a vehicle second, which means I can be a lazy indoor cat with a log burner while the rain does its worst. Though I definitely can't go everywhere because of its size. Jess has built a tiny traveller's dream. It's a full-time home, but ease of travel is a priority for her. She can pop into any city centre car park and still have a sofa, a bed, a wood stove. She just has to play a little jigsaw every night. Neither approach is right or wrong. It's about knowing yourself before you start building. I've learned that I'm incredibly lazy. So if you're planning your own van, maybe the lesson is this. Start with how you like to live. Love the outdoors? Great, build for that. Prefer to stay cozy inside? Cool, build for that. The roads you take can always change, but your space should fit the life you actually live. That's the magic of a van build. It's completely unique and entirely yours. And that's our swap. 2 vans, 2 homes, 2 happy travellers. It's been so lovely spending time with Jess. And if you haven't already, go check out her channel, Roots in the Wild. She's also got a video where she shares this swap, but from her perspective in my bus. So I'm gonna go watch that now. And I guess this is the final question. If you were holding onto the keys, which one would you drive off in? Love how I go to pick up the dog rather than help Jess up. Sorry, Jess.
If I can fit. It is a little bit tight, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, it's cute. Let's see if we can... Is this a bit personal, taking you inside her pot toilet?